Reverend Bishop of Pergamos, John, representing our dear Patriarch Bartholomew. For us, it is great pleasure just as well to acknowledge this delightful coincidence of your name's day coinciding with the day of commencement of this conference. Thank you very much, and may you have the best wishes. Father Alexandros, distinguished professors, dear participants in this conference. Undoubtedly, the canons of our Mother, the Holy Church, are one of the basic fundaments that determine and truly regulate the life, very much often so the identity of the ecclesiastical body. These are provisions that sometimes more or less binding within the context of the resolutions of the councils, aim at regulating the appropriate operation of the life of the Church, as well as the authentic life in Church of all members of the Church. Otherwise said, the notion, the meaning of the canon tries to become a criterion or a guide and a model for the control and the establishment of rules for the appropriate operation of the ecclesiastical community at the appropriate level, just as well as at the level of individual Christians that are now called to experience the perspective of the community in Christ, as our Patriarch said. Simultaneously, nevertheless, today, living at a time that is totally different from the conjuncture under which these canons were adopted, a time that has nothing to do with the Byzantine times of the first millennium, over which the 7 ecumenical councils took place, over which these canons were adopted, be it in the context of local councils or ecumenical ones, therefore establishing the constitution of the Orthodox Church. Hence, a series of very critical and difficult questions, issues that, amongst other, pertain the authenticity of certain rules, the timelessness and the actuality of these canons under the current conjunctures, both in terms of a community and in terms of the individual. This time, having truly challenged and even shaken at times the metaphysical fundaments of faith, after a relativization of the absoluteness of any authenticity and any axiom, developing to the extreme the individual self-determination and self-regulation of the human being, which now refuses or even is defiant towards following without questioning axioms of faith, the person that truly feels very uncomfortable when the personal freedoms are limited in the name of so-called authentic but truly formalistic experience of the Christian truth, brings forth some very critical questions as to the status and the salvation of the message of the canons. These are issues that need to be tackled and not silenced. This is the appropriate time for our Church and our theology, to a degree that we're truly interested in whichever way to thrive in Christ, to reconsider very carefully on this determinant issue, meaning the position and the value of the holy canons within the context of the innovative cosmic model, if we truly want every Christian and every church as a body to be the incarnation authentically the Christian gospel as a message of salvation. So once again, this year, just like in the previous years, our city, our church, and the Academy of Theological Studies of our diocese is happy to be hosting you, all you coming from various places, you, the true workers of Orthodox theology, and the true expression of authenticity, that we're all here now to share views and to openly and without biases discuss on these issues for the challenges of modern times, at a time where, admittedly, debate in this country is somehow absent, or has become a luxury, or worse even, has been substituted by some ideological ancilloses and screams. In concrete screams, this conference is expected to calmly and soberly discuss these issues, try to put the fingers upon the fundamental principles and the self-conscience of our Orthodoxy as they are experienced and reflected on our canonical tradition, opening a sincere dialogue for a further and more deep discussion without, as it has already been said, in any case proposing any Catholic, finite, or faultless solutions. All the more since you all know very well, all those of you who already have had the experience of such conferences, that we still are a laboratory of dialogue, coexistence, and theology. We're not here to pronounce ourselves on anything, nor are we here to substitute the Holy Councils, nor are we here to take stances about the Church, within the Church. We're here to always open to dialogue. We're trying to be theologians. We try to debate, and this is our spirit, and this is the path we're going down to. We're not scared or intimidated by any of those who try to polarize views. We will be persevering in the glory and grace of the Lord, and I would like to wholeheartedly thank you for accepting our invitation to be here, because this denotes that you, just as us, remain very much close to the truth, and you are truly committed to what we experience to the Church. Thank you very much. Your presence is a vivid contribution to our efforts, and thank you very much. Truly. And of course, I would also like to thank all those whom the director has mentioned and who have been the protagonists in this effort. Enjoy your stay with us. The best of success to the work of this conference, and may the Lord inspire us and give us courage for the truth of our faith and for the messages of our Orthodox Church. Thank you very much.